It's the touchline on Y254, and this afternoon we're glad to have an exclusive chat with someone who forms an integral part as far as Kenyan football is concerned. Football Kenya Federation President Nick Mwendwa, a man who got elected in 2016 February, and some of his chief objectives as far as Kenyan football is concerned was to see the national team Harambee Stars qualify to 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, alongside ensuring that structures at the grassroots which determine growth and development of any sport in a certain country are established. Nick, glad to have you on board. How have you been?
Very well.
How is the progress so far?
Good. Not complaining. Lots of work to be done, but moving well, I'd say.
And probably, if you to rate yourself, how is everything?
I like other people to rate us, not us to rate ourselves. I think we've done very well. I'd say that Kenyan football has changed. I'd say dramatically, because the reasons why we came here, we have dealt with those reasons. There was a lot of mediocrity and a lot of things that were being done in the wrong way. I'd say that we are well on our way now to clean up that stuff and to go and do the right things we need to do. So I'd say that we're doing well, but I like the people that elected me to go and give me a rating.
Since you are ascended to Kenyan football leadership, of course, there have been significant improvements in terms of various aspects, kitting of the national team, allowance, ticketing with regards to Kenyan featuring in outside leagues, traveling during national assignment. Probably, what else have you managed to ensure that?
There are things, Maxi, because, there are things that we could just not do them right. When you have an office like this, it functions. You have people that work in there, they come to work. There are things they do that are automated that you don't think about. In football in Kenya, the problem was that we had very small little problems about food, about accommodation for players, travels. All that is sorted out, allowances, all that stuff. No one is discussing that now. That just shows you the difference. Before, the convention would be that allowances not paid, players going on strike, stuff like that. We are beyond that now. That's finished, well organized, well in advance, good arrangement for them. Now with the kitting we got and all this. So that is sorted out. So now we move to the next things, which is now to do the things that make us perform on the pitch. Because yes, that makes us perform on the pitch, but those are preliminaries. So now we go to the pitch and make that work. And I think that's now the big job, to bring them here and to play against Ghana. We want to Sierra Leone. And we suffered a 2-1 loss, unfortunately, because I think that the officiating also was a problem. But that's football, and that's how it is. So now we have Ghana here and Kenya next year in March. But besides that, we have many other things that we are doing. Harambee Stars, I keep repeating, is not the biggest thing for us at this time. And for the next 10 years, maybe. Why? You go to countries like Morocco and Ghana and Egypt. They're so far ahead of us. It's unbelievable. Infrastructure, top class. Egypt has laid 1,000 tough pitches, 1,000 for kids to play. Of course, their population is 100 million plus. But what do we have? So we're talking about under 13 national team that we have assembled from all over the country through a championship. That's the job. They're going to Southampton now. For the first time, we have an under 13 national team. Those kids in 10 years will be 23. Those are the guys taking us to 2026 World Cup. We start to work with them now, give them the right things now, we go. That's just one component. Coaching. Grassroots coaching has been a problem. We have never trained coaches. Last year, 2,000 coaches. This year, 2,000. Next year, 2,000. A, B. We're taking 6 coaches to Germany. The national team coaches are going to Germany for 3 weeks. 6 of them through the German cooperation we have. We are building from scratch. And therefore, it takes time. It takes time. And therefore, if we perform with Harambee Stars, it's a bonus. Because we do not have, and I've said this many times on your show, Max, but it's a bonus. If we are able to perform now, it's a good thing. But is it deliberate? No, because we don't have what's required. Look at the ladies. Starlets, AFCON. It's a good thing. We had a good team. There are more opportunities in women. Last year, AFCON, we did good thing. Got there, lost. We want to go back again to AFCON. But look at the juniors. Starlet Juniors away to Botswana. What did we do again? Go to the schools, select from the schools, put them together, put them in camp, work with them. Botswana is just a step. The result is not a big thing. It is the work we're putting in place. But remember, that team could be in the World Cup next year in August in Paris. We're playing Ethiopia next if we beat Botswana. Playing Ethiopia next, maybe Algeria or another team after that. We are close to the World Cup for the first time for women. I think these are the things that we continue to work. But the important thing is the Women Premier League is in place. Division 1 is in place. To lay the infrastructure so that automatically the talent keeps coming through. The talent keeps coming. This is the deliberate thing we must continue doing. Club licensing. Every club from under 13, under 15, under 20. These things must become automated. So that now the talent comes through. We have a problem. Attacking talent is a problem. You don't have strikers scoring goals. That's why when Michael Olunga is scoring, you only have one striker putting in the goals. What if you get sick? What do? As a nation, you should have 15 strikers. There are points we have to make. And how do you do that? There is no other way. There is no magic bullet. It is the kids. Train them from now and wait. So the patience game must be there. If we make it the Cup of Nations, good. Now there are more teams. 24 teams. So we are likely to make it. But are we better than Ghana? The answer is no. Let's not fool ourselves. As a nation, we have not put ourselves there. So let's work. Let's have the kids. Let's have the coaches. Let's have the infrastructure. We want to have a stadium of 8,000 in every county in the next 5 years. So we want the elections to go. We want to go to every governor and say, as football, we want your county to have one stadium. It costs 800 million shillings. Basic stadium. Proper grass. Where that county can bring its talent. Then we want to encourage every county to have a club they support. A club where the best talent goes to be in the league. That way then, we are taking talent from Mandera, from Turkana. Because talent is natural. But talent has to be worked on, has to be fed, has to be nurtured. That is the place that we are failing in. In Morocco, I'll give you an example, Max. You know, we sit and talk. Morocco is probably 3 times Kenyan GDP. Maybe just 3 times. But as a nation, they decided to invest in football. 150 billion shillings in football infrastructure in 2014 to host the World Club Championships. 150 billion. Because the king wants to host the World Cup in 2026. That is their dream. So their infrastructure, their goal project has got 60 acres of land. Ours has 5. Theirs has 60. They have 8 pitches, 4 grass, 2 turf. We don't have 1 yet. So you understand, their technical staff has got 33 members. 33 members. Full-time staff, not political, technical. They go to every club in every preseason. They check the medical status of a player. They record their performance. They come back in mid-season. They check them out. They help every club. They have a world-class medical facility. If a player gets injured today in Kenya, they've offered me to take the player to Morocco for them to get free treatment in their medical center of the God Project. Look at the level of seriousness. Morocco is here. We are here. We got to work. Now we have Chan. We pray to God, and hopefully in Chan we raise it. We have 5 pitches where we can host huge matches. The KPL starts playing there. The players get better playing surface. We improve. Look at these matches we're playing, KPL All Stars. It's a shock in the system because the player finds the playing surface is Bermuda grass. The grass does not have a stem. So you're passing and have to train yourself how to pass on that surface. It's not their failure. We have the raw material. We have the raw diamond. But we have to cut it and give it the environment that it fits. That's our job. But I'm telling Kenyans, it is a 10 to 15 year job Now, if you want a quick fix, we're going to remain where we are. And so we're saying this, Max. The deliberate job of correcting the game has been done. We have a federation. We are paying debt that we found in place, $1.8 million every month. We are having to pay this debt. We continue to pay. We've agreed with auctioneers. They come to try. And we agreed with them. We pay them every month. We have programs running. Under 13 is big for us. The women under 20 is big for us. Around the country selecting them. The coaching program, coaching of coaches, the instructors program, huge, because you need people with knowledge. We are struggling so much with people with knowledge to handle a kid. We have a program now with the Ministry of Education to go to 23,000 schools. We have kids who should play in Namanga, but they don't have shoes to go to school. But we want to give them 2 balls in a school and a coach, some bibs and cons for improvised training in 23,000 schools. Huge project. We are working with them now in the National Term 2B sports program to make sure that we select these players under 20, under 17 from there. See what I mean? And the girls. Now, all these dots, they are dots that you have to bring together for the game to come together. So the school system is very important for us. The infrastructure of FKF to get the under 13s and the coaching is very important for us. Bringing those pieces together to feed the national teams is so big. Unfortunately, it cannot be 2 years. Now that we have the existing teams, the Harambee Stars has to play. It's very expensive. Government supports us, good relationship with them, a few sponsors coming on board. Now we have Safaricom back in the game with Chapadimba. So all these things within 1 year, 4 months. We have another 9 years to go before we can talk about that kid, Messi, who's traveling to Southampton and who in 10 years will be 23. Can he compete at the world stage?
Let's now talk about the performance of national team. Mixed results so far, and Stanley Okumbi having recorded a few matches unbeaten, but is a man who stood by despite some criticism from the public over his capacity and ability to be in charge of the national team Harambee Stars. What are your actions and thoughts on the same?
Let's discuss this. You know, in every circumstance of life and leadership, you have to choose what you want. I've told you that in Morocco, the king wants the World Cup. He wants you to do whatever you can. His prize is the World Cup. And that is why they are bidding for the Cup of Nations. That is why they're putting 150 billion to have the infrastructure. In Kenya, what do we want? We chose a path. We said we do not want to invest a lot of money in foreigners when we have a rough diamond. We have a technical director from Germany. He's working to cut the diamond, to make it better. Then we said we want to inspire and invest in young Kenyan coaches to have the experience with view that in 8 years we have a pool of coaches who can lead this country. Because we didn't do that. Now in football, you will lose. You will win. Did we find anything in place? Those players were eating biscuits in planes. Even for them to find order in the national team is shocking them. You know, they come, they find the hotel is ready, the training is ready, the program is there, the flight was there, the ticket was sent. They're shocked. It's a change for them. Now, besides that, Stanley has come, in our opinion, we never asked Stanley to go and win or take us to the Cup of Nations. Let me be clear, I've been on your show before. We talked about 2022. Because we knew 2019 was a steep hill. He's gone to one game, away to Sierra Leone, on bad surface, referee, all this stuff. Lost 2-1, and every Kenyan wants me to fire Stanley Okumbi. What are we doing? What are we asking for? Are we asking for Kenya's future? What are we asking for? We are sending them to Germany for 3 weeks. They'll be there for 3 weeks. 6 coaches. Okumbi is the lead. Why are we doing so? To get their badges, to learn more, to experience the clubs, to go to the national teams, to take the state, to go away and lose is part of it. Now, a lot of Kenyans want, and many of them, Maxwell, are those who never wanted him in the first place. Because in Kenya, we always want to bring a white guy. We have brought 9 white guys from wherever they were. Never did anything for us. Never did anything. So do we want, is it better to have a Kenyan who doesn't go anywhere, or to have a white guy from wherever with all these niceties? And by the way, at a fraction of the budget. These coaches, let's be truthful, they cost us $30,000. It costs us 3 million shillings to have a proper foreign coach. It costs me the entire bench of Harambee Stars cost me less than 2 million bob. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, what is it we want? We are choosing to have a modest investment, to grow Kenyans, to take them to school, all right? To have them experience this, to lose, take the hit, so that the future can be better.